Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Sorry, I was on mute the whole time. So once again, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to like and share the stream. It really helps me out. Today we're going to be continuing the live build of this Ninjago set, the Lego Ninjago Old Town set. And we're also going to be talking about the Dragons Rising TV show. So both of these are going to be pretty exciting. And you get to decide through the chat what you want to talk about. The chat is for subscribers, but it's free by subscribing. In fact, you'll gain joining a wonderful community, and you'll be able to participate in live chats, giveaways, and things like that. And stay tuned for news on the giveaway. Not today, but it is coming, I can tell you that. We do seem to have a bit of lag, unfortunately. I really wish we had gotten past that. I've changed the settings again to minimize this lag as much as possible, but unfortunately there still appears to be some lag. I don't know, maybe it's just this time of day that's not great. We'll have to see. Just getting the camera set up. As usual, I try to set this up in advance, but there's just so many things to do to set this live stream up with my computer, my phone, or my recording device, and so on. I'm looking at the chat at the same time. It's really hard to do everything all at once. Maybe at one point, if we get to like 1 million subscribers or something, then I can hire an editor, I can hire a control room, and then I could just snap my fingers or press a button or say something, and then someone will be able to take care of things in the background. What are these ads? Oh, someone's gonna get in trouble because of these ads. So today we're going to be continuing the build starting from bag number 5. We're experiencing some delays here. Extremely close. Just need to set the camera. Right. And let me try that again. Don't want to be upside down. And we should be good to go right about now. Yes. All right. So I see there's still a bit of a lag, unfortunately. I really wish that was not the case. I cut the resolution as much as possible, but still, unfortunately, there's a bit of a lag. So we'll do what we can. But maybe I need to find another time to stream, but it's hard to find a time that's not work hours, not super early in the morning for me and my time connection, although the connection I have is already pretty good. So I'm not too sure what else I can do. With that being said, blurry all of a sudden. Okay. I think that's good. Keep saying there's no data. I'm gonna check the control room. There's no point in me live streaming if no one is seeing what I'm doing. It's very strange that it says that there's no data. Definitely strange. You gotta remember to hit thumbs up on the stream, it really helps. And with that being said, I believe. Alright, so at this point, let's open bag 5 and start the build. But actually, before we do that, let's take a very quick look at the minifigures. So there's this guy, the statue, with the torso we've already seen before, a few years ago. So these minifigures, on the other hand, some of them are new. So it's nice to see all of them, and hopefully we got more minifigures soon. Very nice collection, and there will be more that we'll be adding to this plate until we need this plate somewhere in the build. At this point, I'm thinking of just getting a minifigure station, because oftentimes I have a bunch of minifigures and I like to display them. So yeah, I'm using this brick separator to apply the stickers, and there's lots of stickers in the set, and we'll talk about the stickers as we go along. Alright, let's go with bag number 5. See something interesting here. Let me know if you caught it too. It's gonna become obvious in a moment. And now we have one of the most famous minifigures of the series. Here's the torso. Here are the legs. Oh, no leg printing at all. That's a bit disappointing. It's Garmadon. Good old Garmadon. Here he is when he's upset or angry. We rarely see him like this in the show. We almost always see his teeth. He loves being evil. And I just think it's a pretty interesting character to have. I hope that we see him brought back in a way that does the character justice, either in Dragons Rising or in some future series, whatever that ends up being. Yeah, Garmadon has many interesting facets to him. He's not like a one-dimensional character like the Overlord, just bad because he's bad. Garmadon, like sometimes he's a sensei and he's teaching Lloyd some things. Sometimes he's evil. And even when he's evil, like he has some good parts to him. Very nuanced as a character. I like that. So, looks like there's not too much going on here for the build, at least on first glance. But appearances can be deceiving. You know, in particular, this piece means we're going to have like some Technic build. Even though there's no obvious Technic stuff that we're going to do. There's no obvious mechanism at this point. This thing here. Why is this being used? Well, we're going to have to figure that out. first, start with this big brick. Do the easy stuff first. Go here. That I'm not quite sure what they specifically represent. There's going to be these stickers here, the number 47 stickers. It's possible that they're just generic decorations that they wanted to use, or they might have like some special meaning. If you do know for sure what this is, comment down below. And these are applied in this orientation on both sides. Yeah, whenever Lego, this could have been like used in so many different sets. Medieval, Lego City, Lego Fist, and just use the print in so many themes that it makes it worth it to print the piece. And then they won't have. So I think that's something that needs to be set at the company level, like, hey, designers, instead of printing something that's only going to be used in one set, how about you, as a group, determine here all this stuff we want to be printing. This way, we basically maximize our frames. And maybe they do that to some extent, but they need to do that a lot more to minimize stickers. Like, some themes have almost no stickers, and those themes I think are very successful. Some themes have way too many stickers on the other hand. Whether Garmadon gets these like studs, just regular 1x1 transparent dark pink studs to represent his. Yeah, there we go. It's reminiscent of what we see from the show in Crystallized and other seasons. Although in Crystallized, he was not always the bad guy, funnily enough. And sorry if that's a spoiler, but it's been 4 years since that came out, so yeah, sorry if I'm spoiling stuff for you. You should know by now, if you're a Ninjago fan, what happens in the final season of the original, not the original, but the first or second reboot. It depends. There's so many soft reboots of Ninjago, it's hard to know how to classify each one at this point. Lots of stuff is open for interpretation. It's not entirely clear what's going on here, but we do see that like this piece is like this at the top. It doesn't look like it can move, but it's here for some reason. Why did they put like a Technic beam, especially in this color, right in the middle of the column? It's very unusual. So definitely something to consider. I'm getting messages right now. There's the way. Right now, I'm responding to a subscriber. By the time you see this, it will have been several minutes, but in real time, it is 8:53 my time. I can still hear Ninjago music. Yeah, there is some kind of delay, which is outside my control. I have a decently fast internet connection. Not sure why the delay happens, but perhaps it's just a time of day thing. So with that being said, let's go back to this and try to make it work as best as we can. Fit somewhere here. It has to get attached. So we need some other Technic pieces to attach it to. Most likely this. You do. Okay, not sure what that is in reference to because there's a delay again. But hopefully we can address that. I'm monitoring the chat every few seconds. We know that this will go here probably. What we do know for sure is that we do not put studs in here. So this is an illegal technique. We're not going to put like a stud here. That we know for sure. It will be like this attacking like that. I'm pretty sure that's going to be part of it. Also, we have this piece that can go through here, maybe get fixed there, so that's another option. But there's only a limited number of pieces. Out of all the pieces in the pile, out of all these pieces here, there's only a limited number that can possibly connect to this blue piece. And there's also a bunch of these pieces that are going to go on the outside, so using the process of elimination, it shouldn't be too hard, in fact, to figure out how to connect this thing. Let me fix your camera because I'm asking you. Sure. What me? So. Camera behind you. I guess you're meaning this camera in front of me. If you can. This goes here. This goes here. The gray piece that goes here, it can only be a 1x3. Nothing else will fit there. We need to have a tile here. Right? This is going to go here, but it needs to go on top of the tile. Well, I'm sorry that you're not having a good time. So just to check back later and hopefully things improve. I'm at this point to fix the issue that you're experiencing. I'm aware there's some delay in the live stream. You might need to rewind a bit or pause. I don't have a magic wand that I could just fix it like that, so I'm sorry that you were not able to enjoy the live stream, but maybe so I'm doing my best here. I'm doing the very best that I can. This is the best internet that I could have. It's like the top speed. I changed all the settings to optimize for live stream performance, but for some reason something's still not working. I'm not quite sure what's going on. The build of this is pretty challenging, but I'm getting a bit distracted with the technical difficulties, but I do want to focus on the build. This, okay. We need to have a brown. This goes here. This. Wait. And since there is no 2x3 plate, it's going to have to be this one. But we need to build the other stuff first. And we need to figure out the orientation for these. Are they like this, or this, or this, or even this? One of these orientations. That's going to be fun to figure out. We have like a gray plate here, but it could either be this or this. We don't know yet. We have to do a bit more thinking on that. Here, there's a plate. Another plate on top of it. So, could be any one of these. Could be this, could be this. Unless we have some other way to determine. Let's put all the light gray plates together. So one of these goes here. I feel like I might be off by one somewhere. 1, 2, 2. And this needs to be, okay, this is wrong. This is wrong from the previous bag, or from this bag. It's kind of hard to tell. I didn't have any missing or extra pieces in the other bag, but this is supposed to go this way, supposedly. This goes here. That's pretty important to figure out, because if that's wrong, then a bunch of other things will be wrong. And to fill that gap, these are the only two pieces that will fit. Nothing else will work. Consequently, this goes here. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. these is going to be used at the top, so it's not. Probably this goes here. Let's see if it fits the grid. If we do this, then this will work, right? So in that case, I think that's the most likely piece that would go here. And in that case, this would have to go here. Very likely this would go here. That just makes sense, right? And then we'd have like a combination of this and this. I'm not sure which one goes front or back, but I don't think it matters too much. This. You know, we're starting to get somewhere. Looking at things closely, we can conclude that this goes here. Yeah, we don't actually have we do have this. So this and this are not identical. They're not like part made out of part, because one of the studs is actually higher. It's a very subtle difference, but it's there, so something to keep in mind when making your own Lego designs. For the purposes of this model, they're probably close enough. This is just to help builders build the thing successfully. So we're going to attach these here when everything else is done. And it would make sense to, probably would make sense to put this here. But we need to have a way to link this. So could it be that this goes here and it goes through? This is 3 long. Actually, maybe this is not the way to go. Maybe this goes here, such that we can lock this in place with this. Yeah. I think that's what's going on. Let's fit. Yes. So does this add up? Yeah, that is what we want to see from the top. Why did they do this? It's not clear yet, but we'll find out. Already just by it's not going to go too far away. There's probably a good reason why this is here. I would hope so. Sometimes Lego designers, they just do things for the sake of doing them. Yeah, now we can put this here. A layer of gray plate to put on here. Light gray. We have this on this side and an identical build on the other side. guessing this goes here. Oh, but then we need to put these in at some point. Yeah, I have a lot of these. Wait, is that in the right place? Don't think so. Yeah, it's wrong. This goes here. This goes here. That's probably helpful later on. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, there we go. I think this can go here. Now this might be a case where we just put nothing here because it will not be visible here to disassemble. Now this can be attached here. Actually, I don't see the harm in attaching it right now. But we're doing stuff on both sides and we fill in the middle as we go along. like the color distribution here. Check the control room once again. Make sure that it's okay. See, there's a bit of a delay here. I feel like it's less bad than it was before. From this point, we've done everything we can do, except for attaching this piece. You have like this orientation to it, I guess. Yeah. Almost done with this bag, surprisingly enough, and I think this made the whole thing much more challenging than it needed to be. I wasn't sure, not sure if this needed to be done this way at all. I'm gonna attach these pins here to attach a tile, 1x4 tile. Lampshade floor tile. You might recognize that reference. I don't know if they needed to do all this work just to have this appear. I don't know, feels like a bit too much work for me. But I'm not done with the build, so perhaps there's something I'm not seeing yet. Perhaps. Actually, here we have this hinge thing where, interestingly, it only connects on one stud on this side. I haven't seen that before. And even here, it's gonna extend upwards like this. That's something new. This is an interesting piece to use here, the double jumper. Where it goes above the level, so there's more stuff to be added here first. You also got to fill this gap with whatever remains. not that many parts left. This, I believe, will go here. Fill that gap, because we don't need it here. Okay. What do we got here? Through process of elimination, we can figure this out. Clearly, a lot of thought has been put into this design. That much is obvious to me, at least. Well, there are very few parts remaining. So these are extra parts. I feel like we're missing a few pieces here. Like, this feels like something I would make up, but this is the actual thing to do, to put this flower right here, and this tile right here. This will go here. This must go here. And then we have like a couple of the brown pieces. So I'm surprised, but it actually worked out. Not so wobbly anymore. And I'm sure we're going to attach something here that makes this whole thing worth it. So it's too early to pass judgment. Man, this thing is strange. I'm going to do the announcement for bag 5. Bag 5 continues the build of the wall, and we have this interesting part with lift arm or beam. So definitely very interesting the way this came together. Very unexpected. And here's what it looks like from the other side. Okay, so let's continue. Reduce the music volume by a little bit. I feel like it's a bit loud. All right. Moving on. As always, I'll clean up the extra parts. I'll put them in this bag of unused parts. Next bag is bag number 6. Thanks to the underline, you're not going to mistake it with bag number 9. Definitely a good choice there. Ooh, green heart. Does this mean Lloyd is gonna find a romantic interest? I think that's what it means. So we see another one of these. Thankfully, we have the muscle memory. We just built something like this not too long ago, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do the same thing again for the second time. Right around here. Yeah, a bunch of large pieces here, and mostly smaller pieces. This set contains lots and lots of these small pieces. So keep that in mind when determining the price and value of the set. I still think it looks like it has decent value, but a lot of the pieces are small. At least it's not like Lego art when they're all 1x1s, almost all. It looks like this build is currently separate from the other one. So this one we can just use it as a reference or put it to the side and just build independently, which is nice. You have a bit more flexibility, a bit more freedom that way. Do let me know if you have any fan theories or headcanons on any parts of the show, Dragons Rising, or even the previous parts. One of the things that I'm wondering about is what's the deal with Master Wu and the merge? That's something that I never really understood. Like, why would he say that he? How come we never got any hints of this in previous Ninjago media? Like, we even in the last episode of Crystallized, we never saw anything about the merge or any hint that the merge could happen. It just came out of nowhere. So that's something I'm personally interested in knowing more about. then we have some rock formation. This brick here, similar to the one before. I think this is a successful pattern in what we're building now. Looks pretty nice and doesn't use too many pieces. Right. This whole thing goes here. This might represent Nia, because it's the azure color, which is her color basically. This reminds me of the shopping street modular building, doing stuff at an angle like this. Set came out in January, same day as this set. It feels like such a long time ago because of all the stuff that's been going on. This is fun. Pretend that this is a mouth. A kid, when they build, they always enjoy the build and have fun even when the set is not done. That's really the way to do it. Closing up the gaps, that's nice. This fits here. I think this goes here. I think this goes here. Maybe this No, these are just the two plates. These gotta be here. Here we have a brick. The only brick that fits, in fact, is this. Very likely this will go somewhere around here. Yeah, in fact, it has to go here. This leaves this place here that's not visible. We do have these hinge bricks, or yeah, hinge bricks. There's nowhere else where we can put them except here. This. One. Yeah, there we go. That's much more stable. Yeah, less fun because it cannot open and close anymore, but that's okay. I like the fact that there are no gaps here. That's nice. This is going to go in the build somewhere, maybe to connect two parts together, or maybe as a hidden Easter egg at some point. I don't see where it goes. Yeah, I think I see where it goes. Something like this. Or this. Or this. I think this is the most likely positioning for it. We have that big L piece. Oh. We didn't even get to the good part yet of this whole technical theme. We're just putting bricks on top of plates. Which I suppose is relaxing. Yeah. I don't know why we're using a 1x1. We could have just used a 3x3 plate here instead of using the heart plus this 1x1. I'm sure this has to be an Easter egg to a particular Ninjago season or episode or character. There's gotta be something. They wouldn't do all this without a reason. Okay. I think this might go here. Let's check. See, make sure it's not used elsewhere. We need a 1x2, 2x2 of these. We don't have, so that means we cannot use this piece because it's used elsewhere. We know where it's used. Can we use the white pieces? I think we can. I don't see them used anywhere, so at the very least it doesn't hurt to put them here, although we might need them later for spacing purposes. But we gotta take some risks. Oh, more stickers. Yay! Again, same idea as before. All right. I'm getting unexpectedly tired, but I've had a long day. So let's think about this. Now that you've already done this before, it shouldn't be too difficult to basically figure out how this works. And in fact, you can put this in last. Just do this. Purpose is the reason why they're using this. If they attach it to something else from the top, I don't think it's needed in this case. Breathe. Oh no, this goes here. This goes here. I'm pretty sure this piece right here is going to be like some flower or something, but we probably don't need to put anything there. Alright, so now we feel like we need a couple more pieces once again. We were able to figure out something last time, but now I feel like I need 2 1x1 gray plates. I need something to do here. We need something to put here. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think this might actually, if I don't like regain energy, it's doing enough. Put this here, but this first. The usual guys here, here, and the foliage that we already know we could do. There's some noise from the neighbors in the background. I apologize if you can hear it. Either music or a very rigorous workout session. Maybe another 2x something here. Put that whole thing there. Time we know that we can do this. already know this part is done. Here, I remember to put this in here. I mean, we cannot use the L here. There's no space for it. Can't use a 1x3, not enough space. Use a 1x1. I think at this point we'll have to go with the 1x1s because I just don't see a 1x2 that fits. It has to be a 1x2 or two 1x1s. I'll sacrifice the, I guess, the two least valuable 1x1s. The ones that are super common in sets are actually the ones that I'll sacrifice to the flowers because reason for that being I need one of the flowers at the end. That's why I need this. I'll use one of the yellow flowers and one of the other pieces that's not likely to be important in the final result. Because I might need this for the final one on something. Of course, you never want to be off, but it's just how things work. And I think at this point, we don't really need the other one. Just look at that. And we got enough. Probably just put this here. I think this might go this way. Sure, let's just keep it this way. Yeah, now this makes sense. the very least. Oh wow. I'm starting to feel like I'm hallucinating. This. Yeah, this is the time. Flower tile. Okay. There you go. I believe we're missing one thing, which is this piece. These I know where to go. They're both the same, so either way, it's fine. So this is probably an extra piece, meaning this, if it goes anywhere important. I'm not gonna say I know where this is, but it might pop up in the future. Like I see, oh, I need this to continue, so we'll go with that. I'm just gonna look at bag number 7. Here, look at this. What do you know? 6 and 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Yeah, we do a lot of work in bag 7. It's not like just a small, tiny bag. But I think we're probably gonna wrap up early today, just to like be able to preserve whatever energy I have left. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next one. I'll put this brick separator here. But I guess the bag 7 will also indicate that I'm done. Yeah, just so I know when to stop the live stream. All right.